Hi friends, my name is Ashlyn. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a look that I created by myself. It's nothing crazy, but it's also not the most casual look. But this is just going to be for fun. Most of the time when I do these videos, I do it for color guard groups like drum corps, winter guards, high schools, things like that. It's like a business that I've created. But I've never done one of my own looks just for fun. So today we're going to be doing this look. I guess this is actually less of a tutorial. I'm also going to be doing like a Q&A throughout this whole video, but you're still going to see the whole process of creating the look either way. So I posted originally a picture on my Instagram, and it was like, hey, I'm going to do this look. And what are some questions you would want to know the answers to, blah blah blah. But the look that I posted is not the same look that I'm doing today, because originally that look was for a pride parade in Charlotte. It was very fun. We did it with the Queen City Twirlers, which is like it's like Etude adjacent. It's like after the Etude clinic every year, they did the Queen City Twirlers parade, and then you basically spin in a parade, in the pride parade. And it's very fun. But it had like a bunch of jewels, and it was way too elaborate, honestly, to just sit in the house. So I'm gonna do a slightly more tame look. My first question is, when did you get into makeup? But growing up, I was actually a huge tomboy, huge. I have a sister. She's older by like 2 years and some change. She has always been very girly. She always did her makeup, and so does my mom. But you know, my sister was just very girly, like from a young age. But where my younger cousin, he's younger by like 2 months, so we're pretty much the same age. Where he was more my age growing up, and you know, we were like into the same things at the same time. We were like inseparable growing up. So I was more outdoorsy. I did a lot of baseball with him in our yard. I played basketball for it's funny to think about now because I would never do that now. But I played basketball growing up. Yeah, so I was not feminine at all growing up. I still like wanted to do my hair, basically just straighten my hair was like the extent of it. But I didn't really know much about hair and makeup until I was graduating 5th grade and my sister sat me down. I remember we were in my bedroom and she was like, okay, this is foundation, this is powder, you're gonna put this on and then put this on next, blah blah blah. And she basically taught me how to do my makeup. I don't know if she remembers that, but I remember that. So my sister got me into makeup. My next question is, where do you get inspiration for your makeup looks? Which is social media, basically. I love Pinterest. I feel like everybody does. Instagram, there's millions of cool people on Instagram that you can draw inspiration from. Recently, and by recently I mean like within the past few months, my friend Wynn got me to watch RuPaul's Drag Race. And before, I thought it was so cheesy, so corny. I was like, I'm not watching that. Everything is so cringy. Don't get me wrong, it can be cringy. Like there are some very cheesy moments, but overall it's a very artistic show, and there's, you know, lots of things to draw inspiration from. So recently I've been getting a lot of inspiration from Gottmik. I love Gottmik. Raja, I love Raja. They're my 2 favorite queens. But yeah, or just some people I follow on YouTube. I try to never copy anyone exactly. I try to be like, oh, okay, well, I like this from this look, or I like this specific piece from this look, and then I try to adapt it to whatever I'm doing. Because what's the point of just copying everyone else's looks exactly. Like, that's not fun, and that's not your work. That's not creativity. You know, you're just copying. I do try out some looks sometimes. Like, here's an example of one that was very hard. It took me like 3 hours. But yeah, lots of inspiration from social media in general. Another thing that ties into the first question of when did you get into makeup? So I started doing makeup in like 6th grade, like I said, but I've always done like a full face. For some reason, that was like mine and my sister's thing. If you're going anywhere to the gas station, we're wearing makeup and it's gonna be a full face. If we're going fishing with our family, we're wearing makeup. It's gonna be a full face. Maybe not anymore, but I mean, yeah, we still wear a lot of makeup, but yeah, it was always like all out or don't wear it at all. And if we were going anywhere, we were gonna wear it. So not wearing it at all was not an option unless you're like just sitting at home. But I then went to school for cosmetology. I met some wonderful people. And my friends, Catherine and Samaria, got me more into makeup because they were both really good when I met them. And I was like, wow, I want to look like them. So, you know, I just followed some pages that they suggested, like, ooh, look at this person. I like her makeup, or, you know, once again, lots of inspiration from social media. But, yeah, when I got into cosmetology is when I got, like, better at makeup. Not great, but I started to like switch up my approach and try like cut creases, halo eyes, stuff like that. But during COVID, I would say, is when I got like good at makeup. And I could try different things because obviously the world was on lockdown. Where was I gonna go? I was just sitting in my house just trying out different things, you know. So yeah, COVID I think is a more accurate answer to when I really got into makeup. The next question is, who or what got you into Guard? Once again, my sister. Y'all, I wanted to do everything my sister did growing up. Everything. I wanted to hang out with the same people. I wanted to look the same. We used to dress alike. We would match all the time. But yeah, my sister did color guard when she was in high school. She was, like I said, she was older than me, so she did it with one of our cousins, and then actually a couple of our cousins did color guard. So then when I got into high school, I did it. I hated it to begin with. I felt so bad. I don't think I was that bad looking back. I was just a very shy kid. So in my mind, I was like, oh my god, I suck. I wasn't that bad. There was only one other new girl with me that year because we were a very small guard. She also did swim, so she was like very strong. So she picked up on stuff a lot faster than I did because she had more muscle. But yeah, we were always a small guard. We only had like 7 kids most of the time, maybe 8. Very small guard. But we were good. So yeah, my sister got me into color guard. Also, if you're in guard and you're not that into it right now, like you think it's very hard, that's okay. It will be hard. Like I said, I did not like it at all my first year, honestly. I would go home and cry every single day, and that is not a lie. I would go home and cry like daily. But my mom wouldn't let me quit because why quit? Then, you know, that leaves the team with like a hole. And then also you're just letting your kids quit, and then what will they ever stick to when they're like in an uncomfortable situation, you know? Like if you get a job, you're gonna be uncomfortable for a little bit until you learn the job. That's fine, you know? Any new activity, like you're gonna be uncomfortable with for a little bit, and that's okay. So I stuck with color guard for a year. I did our fall season. Okay, great. It had some fun moments, blah, blah, blah. I did winter guard. And then I was like, okay, I'm getting better. I'm starting to understand. By better, I don't mean good. Like, I still couldn't toss like a single and a half 45 by my second season. And at our school, my high school, we love 45s. I don't know why, but that's something that my coaches were adamant on tossing, were 45s in every show. So yeah, I eventually got there, but I remember watching a group called First Flight. They were the only world-class group in our area, and we thought they were crazy good. I mean, they are talented, but like, I remember in high school we'd be like, oh my lord, they're like the gods of this activity. But yeah, we were like always blown away whenever we got to watch them. And then eventually someone from that team became our coach when my original coach graduated. No, she went to college. So then they had to hire someone else, and he was from First Flight. And he came in and shook my world, girl. He came in and taught some crazy stuff. He was very strict. Loved him. Still love him. Still talk to him every now and then sometimes. Especially with dance stuff, I'll be like sending him videos. I'll be like, hey, can you, he's probably sick of me. I'll be like, can you critique this for me? Like, what could I do better? Or when I auditioned for Etude, I remember sending him videos and being like, I know you didn't spin here, but you know what you're doing, so can you help? But yeah, so I don't know what the original question was. I've kind of rambled on. But yeah, oh, I was saying, if you're ever uncomfortable in color guard, that's okay. That's growth and progress, essentially. If you're stuck on a hard toss, if there's like something in dance that you're just scared to try, do it scared. Try it. I promise you it'll all be okay. My next question is, who are your biggest inspirations in color guard? And that's a great question because I have a lot, and for different reasons. There's people that I look up to that I've met like within the past couple years that I'm like, wow, I want to teach just like them. And then, you know, there's people that, you know, I want to spin like, or I want to dance like. So I have a few different inspirations for different reasons. When it comes to teaching, I love Emma Boyce. She is a staff member at Etude. I think she is always so positive, but she's still pretty strict. But the way she just delivers information, she's just very calming. I don't know how to describe it. And she's just such a wonderful person. Her personality, her beliefs, like whenever she is at Etude, I'm just like, I want to be just like her when I'm older. Yeah, so as far as teaching goes, Emma, and also this video is not Etude related, I just love Etude. Melissa, who is our flag tech, for the same reason, not the same reasons. She is also strict, but still so loving and so encouraging. And she has taught me the importance of detail in guard, especially in flag. She is in Flagland. And that girl can clean a block like crazy. Like, you'll be doing something and she'll be like, where's our index finger on this toss? And I'm like, that's crazy. But she will get Etude flag line clean. Watch any Etude flag video. Especially in Wild Geese, the 6 opening flags in the back right corner. Crazy. That's all Melissa. Not all Melissa. But if you look at any Etude flag line, that's a great example of Melissa's attention to detail. In terms of people I want to look like or spin like, my high school coach, his name is Harrison. Hey girl. I think he's the most beautiful dancer to this day. I'm still like, wow, I want to move like Harrison so bad. I don't know, he just moves so beautifully. I can watch any First Flight video, and even if it's like 2 pixels, I can still pick him out. But I'm like, that's him right there. Like, he just has such a particular way he moves. I would like to think that over the years, like from high school till my first couple years in independent, I would like to think that I picked up a little bit of his style. I don't know if that's true or not, but I have tried to, for sure, over the years. So yeah, I would like to look like Harrison. Obviously, Brian Wynn, but who can... I know like 2 people that actually move like Brian Wynn, and their names are Cody and Jade. I'm sure there's more, but from people that I've spun with, I think it's so difficult to capture Brian's style. It's so particular to him. And yeah, I mean, obviously A2's known for their movement, and that's all Brian. So, well, Brian, Ben, and Matthew. As far as spinning itself goes, like with the flag, I don't do weapon. I have in the past in like A class, in high school, but in general it's just not something that I enjoy. I choose to not put my hands through all that. My friend Ronnie is an insane flag. He spins unlike anyone that I have ever met. And it's crazy because when I met Ronnie, he couldn't toss a 45, like a single 45. And now he is like the best flag that I personally know. Like, I tell him, I'm like, Ronnie, you're the best flag in the world. Like, he might be, I don't know. I don't know. The way he understands the weight of a flag and how to manipulate his equipment is just insane to me. I don't know anyone that understands their equipment like Ronnie. And then also my friend Xavier. He's retired for a few years now. He doesn't spin anymore, but he's the same way. He just understands what to do. He moves beautifully. I wish so badly that I still spun with him. Cause spinning with him was like the best few seasons of my life. Like, I just love Xavier. Yeah, those are a few of my inspirations in guard. Favorite shows I've been in. I love this question. Cause who doesn't love to talk about what shows they've been in and how fun they were? I have a few different answers for a few different reasons. My first answer that comes to mind, first of all, I love Winter Guard more than Outdoors. I did DCA, never DCI. I didn't really know what DCI was at the school where I'm from. That wasn't really a thing. Like, I knew my coach did DCI, but that's pretty much it. I was like, oh, he did Outdoor Guard. Okay. He was like a main soloist in the Machine Cavaliers. He's like the guy that like wound up the band and did that little flip off the back of his head. But that's pretty much all I knew about DCI. Was my coach did Cavaliers. Now obviously I know a lot more about it. I spin with people that are in it. I've done makeup looks and hair and stuff for different groups. But yeah, at the time I didn't know anything about independent guard at all. I didn't know what WGI was. We would watch videos in class of like groups in Dayton, but I didn't understand what that was. But my favorite couple of shows that I've been in, first for personal reasons, like friends that I've made, was Bound to You by Legacy. Legacy presented by Carolina Gold. It was an independent open group. We got either 7th or 9th, I can't remember. But we scored pretty well. But it was just really fun spinning with Xavier and Ronnie and Drake, Hannah Kestner, a bunch of people. There was just really special people on that team. And it was the first time, like I said, I've ever heard of WGI. So my first time going to Dayton. And it just holds a special place in my heart for that reason. Also, I did DCA, like I said, not DCI. So Carolina Gold 2019 was so fun, so fun. I met Jack Gallardi there, who I still spin with now at Etude, and that's such a full circle moment because he was like 15 when I met him. He was a little baby. And then this past season he was my captain at Etude, so you know, I love that. I met Ronnie at Carolina Gold in 2018. My friend Wen in 2018. So many people that I still spend with now, I met at Carolina Gold. So, yeah, I always speak highly of that organization whenever I can because it gave me my best friends for life. Now, as far as performing, my favorite show to be in was Those Days Are Gone, Etude, obviously. Beautiful show. Still beautiful people. I made lots of new friends that season. But yeah, I think that show was just a masterpiece, in my opinion. Yeah. And moving on from color guard questions to more life stuff. I never really did introduce myself, but these are also in some of the questions. What's my name? Where am I from? Where I grew up? All that stuff. My name is Ashlyn Robinson. I am 27. I'll be 28 in September 13th, so in like 2 weeks roughly. I am from Stacy, North Carolina, which is a very, very small place. I think our sign when you enter Stacy, we don't call it a city, we call it a community because it's very small. I think the sign says like population like 200. I mean, it's very small. It's one road, no streets or no stop signs, no stoplights, no nothing, just one little road. And you can drive through it, and I'm not even joking, probably like 4 minutes. Like, just go straight and you're gone. Very redneck, I guess you would say. Very country. Yeah. I went to a small high school in Beaufort, which is like 20-ish minutes from my house. Yeah. Some of my best friends growing up were Diamond. I love Diamond. I've spent with her all throughout high school. And I drug her everywhere. If I had got a new job, I was taking Diamond with me. If I spun at Carolina Gold and she didn't, she was still at rehearsal with me. I don't know why all of my coaches would let me bring her along everywhere I went, but they would. And she, you know, she would just be in the corner on her little air mattress watching us rehearse. We had so much fun doing everything. She went everywhere with me. Yeah. I was also very close with my sister growing up. I still am. But as far as high school goes, we did everything in high school together. Had the same friends, basically. Yeah. My next question is, what are some of your current favorites? It could be music, hobbies, shows, whatever. I like that question. Some of my current favorites are, I don't know, because I am from a small town, I do like country music, not modern country, but I love like 90s country. I love Shania Twain, Brooks and Dunn. I also love Adele. I've been into jazz lately, as you hear with the music in the background. I like a lot of different music. Arctic Monkeys. I love their, it's like a black and white album. It's like AM. I love that album. Diamond and I would listen to that every single day and every single night. We had like permanent sleepovers. Like she would stay the night with me for like a year straight. Like we were always together. So yeah, love that album always. Hobbies, I don't really have any hobbies except for color guard, to be honest. And makeup, obviously, but yeah, I do practice makeup. I don't know if that's like a hobby per se. I'm not sure. I don't really do anything, y'all. I do this. That's it. Do this and spin and teach, and that's all. Oh, basically the only show that I do watch, though, I don't know why I didn't think of this, is Drag Race. Like I said, my friend Wynn got me into it recently. This past season, we would come home on Sunday nights, and at the time he lived in Mebane, which was like an hour from my house. And honestly, we would be so tired, Larry and I. He's my fiance. We met in Color Guard in First Light, actually, in 2020. But we would be so tired after A2. We'd be like, I don't want to drive another hour. We just drove 3. Well, yeah, basically. So when it's so kind, he would always let us stay the night. And we would watch Drag Race. So yeah, one thing that I've watched over and over too many times probably is All Stars Season 7, which is the one that Raja's in. It's got the Viv. I actually just watched the documentary they released on her. Who else? Shea Coulee, Monet. Yeah, I've watched that season like 3 times, I believe. It's crazy. I also just watched season 3 of just Drag Race, not All Stars, because that's where Raja, that's her first season. Fantastic season. Love both of those. Yeah, as far as shows go, I don't have the attention span or the time to watch shows, honestly. I can't keep up, so I don't really watch much. Every time I pick up blush, I love blush, but it reminds me of the time that Byron Valentine told us to wear a lot of blush. He wants to see it from the top of the stands, from the top of UD, and then I did put on a lot of blush, but where I already wear a lot of blush, I put on too much blush. It was still cute, but he said to put on about 50% less blush next time. So I always think of that whenever I put on blush. He said it very politely, but I said, oh, 50%. Okay. Another question I got was, which tattoos or piercings are your favorite? If you don't know, my fiance and I are Disney adults. I'm so sorry to break the news, but we are. I grew up on Disney. We always went to Disney parks growing up. My sister actually worked there, and I'm so jealous because I also want to work there. I want to like be a performer there. I don't know of what type. Like, I don't know if I want to do like one of their live shows or parades. I don't think you really get to choose if you work there. I think it's like you audition and they put you wherever best suits you, which would be fine too. But yeah, now that I'm retired from Guard, I'm like, I still want to do Guard in some capacity, or I still want to perform in some capacity, but I don't exactly know in what way. Because, well, I can't say we're retired. We're taking a season off for sure, because we teach color guard for a living, basically, and that's not a good way to live. It's very fun, it's our passion, but if you teach color guard in North Carolina, you know it does not pay the bills that well. So, we're taking a season off. We're also getting married soon, so by soon I mean like next October. It's like a year away, but we gotta get our lives together. I don't even remember what the question was. I'm just rambling. Oh, the question was which, I don't know. Which tattoo is your favorite? And I said I'm a Disney adult, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, my favorite tattoo is my shin. I can put a picture in.
Let's all stay together, please.
It's a Haunted Mansion tattoo. When you walk in the ride, there's like this room you step in. It's like pre-show, essentially. Pre-show. That's so color guard. It's like part of the queue. And the room like stretches. And there's like paintings on the wall. So when you get into the first room, there's like just cute little paintings, and then somehow the ceiling expands and it shows more paintings. So at first, all you see in the painting is the girl with like an umbrella under a tree, like with some leaves, and you're like, oh, that's so cute. And then when the painting stretches, you see she's standing on a tightrope above an alligator, and I just think that's so cute. So yeah, I'll show you the picture. But that's my favorite tattoo. It covers my shin. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be to get a shin tattoo. It wasn't easy, but it wasn't that crazy. Same with my knee. I have my knee done, and I thought that was gonna be like crazy. I thought that was gonna like in my world. But I think because I kind of got it around my knee instead of directly on it, it wasn't all that bad. My favorite piercing, I used to have a smiley piercing. And if you don't know what that is, it's this little piece of skin that connects your lip to your gums. Very, oh, you can feel it. Very thin piece of skin. I used to love that piercing. I had it for like 5 years, which is way longer than what you're supposed to have it. You're only supposed to have it like 2 years, I think. And it did damage my teeth a little bit, so I ended up taking it out. But yeah, that was my favorite piercing for a while. I can't do this and talk at the same time. Now my favorite piercing is probably this one. I used to have it pierced differently. It used to go straight through to the back of the lip. It was called an Ashley piercing. But once again, I felt it like damaging like my teeth. They would become like really sensitive. So I took it out and got it re-pierced this way. And now it doesn't touch anything tooth or gum related. So I'll probably keep this one for a while. I do also want to get a bridge piercing, which is it goes through this skin right here. But I know my mom would throw a fit if I came home with a bridge piercing. My mom and dad and grandma would throw a fit. So I won't get that for quite some time if I ever even do. I'm so sorry about the lighting, y'all. I've taken so long to do this makeup. The sun has gone down. But I also have thought about getting like more piercings just for funsies or more tattoos. I do have plans to get more, but I also don't want to get any more before the wedding, which like I said is like a year away. But I just want my pictures to be like more timeless, you know? I don't want to be like covered in tattoos and piercings, because in like 40 years I don't want to look back and be like, why did I not take those out, you know? Just for pictures at least. For daily life, that's fine. I love them. But yeah, for like wedding pictures, I want it to be like more classy. So I plan to get more. I do have like a whole list of tattoos I want to get. But yeah, I might wait till after the wedding to get those. Not that tattoos can't be like clean or classy or anything. I just don't want them in my pictures. Okay, I had to change locations because Larry called, and by the time I got off the phone, it was too dark outside to finish recording. But I went ahead and did lipstick. My black lipstick from the original look, I think, is in my car. I couldn't find it. So I did this one. But this is basically the look that I did that I posted on my Instagram. I can link my Instagram if you want to see more makeup pictures. But yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far. It was very fun. And thank you to this person for the makeup on my fingers. Thank you to this person for suggesting that I actually do a actual makeup video. So we'll see if I do another one. It was fun. Bye.